this lesson, we'll discuss the basics of eligibility for PUA claims, or pandemic unemployment assistance. There are many little issues that can come up with PUA claims that we can't cover, but we'll address the primary ones. To be eligible for PUA benefits, the most important thing you need to show is that your unemployment or underemployment happened specifically because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The law that applies here is Section 2102 of the CARES Act. I'll post a link to the CARES Act in the lesson notes. Under Section 2102, your situation needs to fit with one of the 11 or 12 situations listed from AA to KK. We won't review each of those, but you can take a look and see whether your situation fits. At your appeal hearing, you'll want to focus your arguments and evidence on showing your situation does fit. I would also consider citing or quoting the part of the law that applies to you in your written appeal and in your closing statement at the hearing. So meaning one of those reasons from AA to KK. If possible, you'll want to provide testimony and evidence that shows that before things began shutting down in mid-March 2020, you were working as usual, and then because of the pandemic, you were unable to work as much as before the pandemic, or maybe not at all. Note that reason KK gives the Secretary of Labor a chance to add any additional reasons. As far as I know, there are a few additional reasons the Secretary has given. The one with which I'm familiar is if a claimant is self-employed and experiences a significant diminution of services because of the pandemic, then the claimant can be eligible, even if she or he didn't have to suspend all services. Keep in mind that you can only be eligible for PUA if you're not eligible for regular unemployment. You can't get both. PUA is specifically for people who are self-employed or don't qualify for regular unemployment for some other reason. Now, many people have received a disqualification letter saying you haven't verified your identity, you filed your claim outside the United States, or there's something else suspicious going on. The best thing you can do for this is simply prove at the hearing that you are who you say you are, that you filed within the United States, and that there's nothing suspicious going on. PUA appeal hearings are very similar to regular appeal hearings. The main difference is that you need to focus on the requirements of the CARES Act rather than on other unemployment laws. Another difference is that if you're self-employed, then unlike a regular hearing, there should be no employer there to contest your claim. This is nice because it makes the hearing simpler, as you can present your case and not have to worry about doing cross-examination or about what an employer might present. But you do still have to prove your case. For the most part, the other lessons in this course apply to both regular unemployment claims and PUA claims. So I would review those as you go through the appeals process. One final point on PUA. If it's been many months since you filed your appeal and no hearing has been scheduled yet, then I don't know of any way to get the process moving other than filing what's called a writ of mandamus with a district court. There's no guarantee this will help, but I'll post links about this option in the lesson notes if you would like to review that option.